Basically, we're gonna be doing an interview with the winner of our game jam that we did towards the end of April. Was it April? Yes.
Yeah, April.
Yeah. Towards the end of April. And yeah, so if you would like to basically just introduce yourself and who you are, the game that you made for the game jam, and basically where you're from.
Well, I'm Poco. I made a little game called Traffic these days for the Admix game jam. Uh, I live in the Netherlands and I'm currently studying game development in Eindhoven, which is a city in the Netherlands.
That's cool. That's cool. I remember when you were talking in our Discord that you were super excited to take part in this game jam, and it's really cool the fact that you actually are studying games design as well. Because I went to university and studied game design myself, so taking part in game jams was like something you just casually just like do on the side just to like keep the skills going,
Yeah, yeah, to get more practice in.
Exactly. Try and get all of the skills that you've been learning just going into these games jams and stuff. And
Put them to the test.
exactly. I actually was wondering, like, what made you decide you wanted to join our game jam?
Well, I was looking for a game jam to join, and I looked on the Itch.io jam calendar, and I was scrolling around looking through all the game jams, and then I saw yours, and I clicked on it, and I saw the page, and it just really spoke to me. You know, the art assets you put there, and the whole presentation for the jam itself. That really made me want to decide, like, I'm joining this one, not a different one.
That's awesome. That's awesome because we actually tried to make sure that when we were making our game design, our game jam, to try and keep on brand and the theme. So it's really cool to see that our itch page was like something that was compelling and like eye-opening for people to be like, hey, this is pretty cool. I want to join this thing. So I have to give like props to our graphic design team for making some cool assets for that page because yeah, it was pretty cool to try and set up.
Congrats to them, yeah.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to ask you as well is obviously this is our first game jam, so we wasn't expecting so many people to join. We had like 38, I think it was, people that joined, and 11 amazing games that were submitted. What was the one thing that you liked the most about our game jam and taking part in it?
Well, usually for me, when I join a game jam, I always really look forward to seeing the community of the game jam itself. You know, all the developers talking to each other and showing off what they made and discussing techniques and what they're doing. I really like that aspect of game jams. So for this game jam, I think it was quite an active community over on Discord where you could talk about your game and meet everyone. Everyone was there. It was really nice to see that.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that most of the people that did take part in the game jam would come into our Discord and communicating with each other and finding people to work with, and it was just cool to see that sense of like people actually like talking to each other because
Yeah.
I haven't taken part in many game jams before, and most people kind of like get stuck in not knowing how to do like specific parts of the game design. So with your game Traffic these days, what was the main thing that was like the focus behind creating your game, and what was driving you towards the idea behind it?
I knew from basically an early on point that I wanted to make a game that was kind of chill, kind of cozy, but still had some like action elements and a little bit of strategy too. So for Traffic these days, how that ended up happening is I made it so that there would be a bunch of obstacles for you to dodge, and there would be patterns in those obstacles. So you could strategically like see like this is where I should drive, this is when I should go, and kind of like try to get the fastest time in that. I think that was really the focus of the game.
Yeah, I was playing your game for like hours and hours whilst we were doing the judging for the game jam, and your game was one of like the last ones I played from the list, and I really got stuck into it because it was so addictive that I even got like some of my other colleagues to jump in and try and play and like beat my time of like the fastest route to like complete. So it was a really cool game to like just jump into and get other people involved. Yeah, the atmosphere and aesthetic that you brought to your game with the story, which is like very simple but also very compelling at the same time. It's like you're giving the player a sense of like, I need to get somewhere, but there's all these obstacles in a way, and there's always these things that are trying to slow me down and stop me from getting to my destination. And it was like you felt like you needed to be rushed, but with the atmosphere and especially the sound design in your game, with the music, it was very balanced in trying to keep the player calm and collected when playing your game.
Yeah, I think the music really balances out the later difficult parts, so the player doesn't really get frustrated even if they do fail over and over.
Yeah, even when I kept dying over and over again, I think it was like on level 3, the music was just there chill in the background. I was just like vibing. I was like, this is just really what I need right now because I'm getting so frustrated. How did you end up doing the music in your game? I know it was you and another developer, Abstract. The Abstract?
Yeah, Abstract.
Yeah. How did you come across Abstract? Did you guys work together on this?
So basically, I started working on the game for the game jam, and he approached me on Discord. He probably found me through the Admix Discord server, and he said, you want me to make music for your game? I saw you were working on a game jam game, and I thought, yeah, sure, you can make music for me. But that's basically how it started. And then of course, early on in the game, I didn't really have much of an idea what exactly I wanted or what kind of game I was going to make. So as development kind of strung along, I gave Abstract more and more info on the game, and he kind of just got to work and banged it together, and it really worked out in the end.
Yeah, everything was just collectively all-rounded and just perfectly fit in well with each other, and it was a fantastic game to play, and I'm really glad that you enjoyed it and won the game jam, and hopefully with the next one that we do, you can join that as well. We're hopefully planning on doing another game jam towards the end of the year, around about November time, and obviously the next one we're going to be opening it up to a lot more people so they can take part. But yeah, thank you so much for taking part in our game jam. We're gonna be sending your gifts over soon. Any last words you wanted to say to the guys that are watching this? Any shout outs or any future games that you're thinking or planning on developing? Because I know you're still in uni, so
yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I had a blast. Check out my Itch.io page. That's Itch.io Pocopish, Pokopish. Other than that, I don't really have anything to plug. But yeah, look out on that page for other Game Jam games that I make, and be sure to follow, I guess.
Yeah, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description to your itch page and the games. And if you guys haven't actually played any of the games, especially Traffic these days, 100% go and check it out. It's a fantastic game to play. And if you do enjoy the game, make sure you join our Discord and post a picture of your scores, because I want to get a competition going with this game, and make sure people are joining in and trying to take part in the leaderboard for your game, and hopefully that gives you more inspiration to keep working on to keep working on Traffic these days, because I can definitely see your game, like, especially being on like the Switch or something.
Oh, thanks, man.
No.
Let's get this game on speedrun.com, guys. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get the game on speedrun.com for sure. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me again for this interview. And yeah, it's been a load of fun. Thanks for answering my questions and taking your time out your busy schedule of game designing.
No problem. No problem.
But yeah, thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys soon.